What's going on, Hard Cut Bully fam? My boy out, we hard on the yard. Peace to Fred Case and Frank Baker, Lavelle Brooks, and Larry Garden. 4 new members to the Hard Cut Bully fam. Appreciate y'all for coming members, man. We really appreciate y'all. We appreciate all our family members. We out with my boy Debo and a couple of the females. I thought I had Hard Cut Cream out too. I guess I didn't. I did have Hard Cut Cream out. She's over here stealing people's food. But today we want to talk about what are the dogs that the breeders keep. How do you make that decision? And for me, for me, how do we decide we need to keep which dogs to keep? For me and all the breeders, I know for myself, I can speak for, I'm watching the pups. I'm watching that pup from the first time it came out of the mother's womb. So when we're out there getting the C-section done, I'm watching with that pup. I'm watching all the pups. I'm seeing who's whining. I'm seeing who went over and latched right on. I'm seeing who needed help to get latched on. If there was a wrinkle in the pillow, I'm seeing which one figured out how to get over it the quickest. I'm analyzing. So from that first meeting, I'm seeing what's going on, and throughout their puppy life, I'm gonna be looking at them to see how they're figuring out problems, how they're getting over things. If they're whiny, if I gotta keep bringing them over to the mother to latch on. If I keep coming in and that one dog has wandered away from the pack. Okay, I don't want that one. And that goes down to another thing. It's due to my program, I gotta decide what dogs to keep. Just because I gave you a dog doesn't mean it wasn't a keeper. It wasn't a keeper for my program. And that's the second thing. Because ideally what you want, go put these over here, hold on. Ideally, what you want is 5 females as a breeder. Stud can come. You got to make him, or you got to find the perfect one, or you can just buy a stud fee for the perfect one for each of your females. And if you do that, come here, Debo. And if you do that, you know you always got a good breeding coming, because you match the female you had with a perfect stud for her. So at my camp, since I started with structure, as soon as a female is born, she got the potential to be a keeper at my camp. Because I know she's gonna have great structure, more than likely. And I know she's gonna be a color carrier because of how I bred. So that's 2 ingredients that'll make her definitely breed stock right off top. Now, if she's show quality, I'm thinking of keeping her. What is show quality? Show quality is no flaws. But again, I'll go back to what does my program need? Now, if I've got 5 females, I don't need another female. I'm looking for a male. Or if I've got 3 males, I definitely don't need another male. I'm looking for a female. Well, for me, I like the chocolate and white. I like the blue fawn color. So I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm very big on structure, if they come out with that color, they got a shot. I'm watching them. But again, I say that's because I know my camp. I bred for structure, and everybody that's gonna come out has got a chance to be in breed stock with me. If this has been any good information, man, hit that like button, hit that follow button, man. Consider being a member. Sure would help us out. But what all breeders should be looking at is the structure first. And you can't really see that as a newborn pup. You can see some things. I won't say you can't see it all. You can see some things. But structure is not the biggest thing, so that's why I'm looking at the intangible stuff. The temperament of the dog. Is it whiny? Is it problem solving? I'm looking at all of that stuff from the beginning. Then maybe 2 weeks in, I can start seeing a little bit more of the personality. So I'm still looking at temperament. You really can't see all of the structure till about 4 weeks. You can see most of it. You can see how thick it's going to be, skinny, how long the legs are going to be, how long the body is going to be. So for me, that's a very important step because I can see what else I can put to my program. Will this help my program? If it's too long, if it's too short, you know, will or will it not help my program? That's what I'm looking at. So I figure out the structure, I figure out the temperament. I look for color carrying, and I want it to be a show quality dog. So I ain't asking a lot. I ain't asking a lot, but that's what goes into keeping, because you're gonna have to keep this dog. Now, for the male, it's gonna take a year to see if you was right. A year later, he might look like Snoopy and you was wrong. But guess what? You gotta keep that dog for now another 10, 12 years for the rest of his life. But that's part of this. So, if I've been checking him since he came out, and I know he's a great dog anyway. He's got good temperament, he's problem solving, he's smart, all of that. That's good for me. Good for my program. So even if he don't turn out to be breed stock for me, he could still be good for my program. If I'm making any sense. And a lot of it is the conditioning that I do at my camp. Come on. Debo. 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 Candy, come here. A lot of this has to do with the conditioning I do in my camp. You see, we have a lot of room, and it's a lot of quick burst, full sprint running that we do. I don't have a lot of time to put each dog on a flirt pole, or each dog on the spring pole. So again, I have to look at the dog. So from the very moment they're born in the litter, I'm dragging a little something through there, you know, a string or something to see who's tracing it. Because then I'll know who's going to be best to want to get on that spring pole. And that's part of my conditioning. So that, again, that helps my program. So that's what I'm looking at from the very time they start crawling. I'm looking at who do I think is going to be best for my conditioning. I had a pup last litter, Miss Noya. That little girl pup, she was moving from the time she was born. She never stopped running. That other girl, that Hard-Cut Jackie, she was like that. She was always on the move. She always got back to where she's supposed to be to eat. She always moved out to go use the bathroom. I look at all of that. The pups, some pups are scooted away from the pack to use the bathroom. That's what they're supposed to do. Hard-Cut Jackie was like that. That's why I named her Jackie Joyner. She was always on the run. That's how Miss Noya got it. Miss Noya was named by her owner, but I knew from the beginning that she was one of those type of dogs. So that's always going to be a keeper. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I can bet on to see how the structure turns out in a year. You see what I'm saying? So it might take it takes a whole lot of factors for me to give you a year shot, to give you a scholarship for a year. Now, for a female, it's 2 years before she can breed, but you'll see what she is in a year. So, for me to give you a 1 year scholarship, you got to meet all those demands. You got to be a problem solver, have great temperament. Debo got great temperament, just like his dad, Bo Jackson. Great temperament. Hey. They act crazy as soon as I say something. They bullies. That's to be expected sometimes. They just playing. But I watch all that from the beginning. Temperament, structure, athleticism, problem solving, health. I mean, I'm watching all of that from the very beginning to see if it's going to be something that's going to help my program to decide if it's going to be a keeper. So I hope that helps you out. You need to come on out the bench for the big win and get you something hard cut, man. So.